Hello, let's go.
That calm is fire. The American people are being robbed. Foreign nations are taking advantage of us. And it ends now. Those words launched a seismic shift in U.S. trade policy. By the end of the day, Trump had imposed tariffs on German cars, Canadian timber and electricity, and Chinese pharmaceuticals. European leaders called it economic war. Canada's PM Mark Carney labeled it a strategic betrayal. But while Trump made headlines, the story unraveling in the background was just as dramatic and more personal: the fall of Elon Musk. At CPAC 2025, Elon Musk stood on stage wielding a live chainsaw. He sliced through a podium marked bureaucracy as the crowd roared. The symbolism was clear: cut government, gut waste, take no prisoners. Then came the rant, targeting $50,000 a year civil servants, calling them ineffective, underpaid, and still unable to afford basic necessities. He said he'd received death threats. He warned of deep corruption. But 6 minutes in, Fox News, the network that once treated him like a conservative icon, cut the feed. No explanation. The message: Musk had gone too far. Days later, Musk appeared alongside Trump at a cabinet meeting. This time not as a showman, but as a self-declared reformer. He claimed the Small Business Administration had given out $330 million in loans to children under age 11. One recipient allegedly just 9 months old. No proof. No documents. But the internet exploded. Musk became a meme and a symbol of defiance or of delusion. Meanwhile, Musk's image was collapsing. According to CNN polling, his approval rating, once plus 24 nationally in 2017, had dropped to minus 19 by early 2025. Among Democrats, he fell from plus 35 to minus 91. Independents flipped from plus 17 to minus 7. Only Republicans saw a rise, but they make up just 20% of EV buyers. Musk had politicized his brand. Tesla, once the face of the future, became a culture war casualty. U.S. registrations fell 5% in 2024 and another 11% by Q1 of 2025. Rivian, Ford, and Hyundai soared. Then came the condom post. Musk claimed $50 million worth of condoms were sent to Hamas. The post went viral, then was debunked. The shipment was destined for Mozambique, part of a UN HIV prevention program. Musk responded on air: "Some of the things I say will be incorrect. That's just how it goes." In the same cabinet meeting, Musk proposed capping indirect costs at the National Institutes of Health to 15%. NIH fired back: "Every $1 in funding yields $2.46 in economic output." Senator Katie Britt, once a Musk ally, pushed back hard: "Cut NIH and you cut the future of American medicine." Meanwhile, Tesla's reputation overseas spiraled. In Europe, the fallout was historic. Tesla lost 14% market share in Norway, dropping from 21.7% to 7.4%. The UK saw 59% of EV buyers saying they would never consider Tesla. Denmark's largest pension fund pulled $600 million over Musk's union stance and erratic politics. Sweden launched full-scale strikes against Tesla service hubs. Germany's media turned hostile. France's regulatory body opened an investigation into Tesla's autopilot data policies. European regulators began treating Musk not as a visionary but a threat. Musk didn't help himself. He began supporting far-right parties: Germany's AfD, Reform UK, Italy's Brothers of Italy. His reputation as a futurist collapsed into the dustbin of culture war politics. What once was considered genius became political liability. In Canada, Prime Minister Mark Carney made a historic move. With U.S.-Canada relations at a low point, Ottawa began finalizing major defense and tech deals with the EU. Talks included Swedish fighter jets, joint AI projects with Finland, and expanded military-industrial partnerships with Germany. Canada, in short, was moving on. 44% of Canadians now support joining the EU or creating an EU-style union. While legally complicated, the symbolism is undeniable. America's most loyal ally is rethinking everything. The EU welcomed the shift. With Trump's tariffs escalating and the U.S. withdrawing from multilateral trade frameworks, Europe saw an opening. Brussels began fast-tracking retaliatory tariffs on Florida citrus, Texas oil, and Midwestern grain, swing states by design. Ursula von der Leyen declared, "We will not allow Europe to be treated like a vassal. We will protect our people, our industry, and our dignity." Trump, meanwhile, escalated. In a cabinet meeting, he praised Musk as a patriot. He called Tesla protesters terrorists. He dismissed leaks of a classified military plan. leaked after a reporter was mistakenly added to a private military group chat as nothing. "I don't know anything about that," Trump said. "The Atlantic? That's not even a real magazine." But the leak was real. Defense officials confirmed it. Journalist Jeffrey Goldberg had screenshots. The U.S. military's credibility was shaken. Senior officers questioned how secure internal communications could be compromised so easily. Allies around the world took note. Trump's foreign policy took another turn. He claimed Greenland invited U.S. officials for statehood talks, a claim immediately rejected by Denmark and Greenland's leadership. He floated turning Canada into the 51st state. He praised Putin and Xi Jinping while accusing Canada of cheating in trade. He claimed Russia had Ukrainian forces surrounded, that 2,500 soldiers were captured. The claim was false, denounced by NATO and the UN. But Trump repeated it anyway. Why? To support Russia? To undermine support for Ukraine? No one knows. His defenders say he's shaking things up. His critics say he's unraveling decades of diplomacy, alliances, and credibility for political theater. Meanwhile, Musk's presence grows increasingly radioactive. He still has support mostly in hyper-online spaces, but his reach is shrinking. Tesla's global reputation is in decline. Governments are turning away. Labor groups are pushing back. The ripple effect is undeniable. And yet, we may just be at the beginning. This isn't just a political chapter. It's the story of a global reordering. North America is splintering. The EU and Canada are forging new paths. And in the middle stands a president who believes disruption is strength, and a tech tycoon who thought he could be both a rebel and a ruler. A leaked internal EU document now circulating among embassies warns, if this continues, the United States may not be seen as a reliable partner for a generation. Meanwhile, Trump's allies have begun to question the costs. State governors from trade-heavy states like Michigan and Illinois privately warned the White House that the new tariffs have already cost 74,000 jobs. Trump dismissed the concern. "Pain is part of negotiation," he reportedly said. But in real time, American workers are paying the price. Factory slowdowns, layoffs in agriculture, retaliatory taxes on U.S. tech firms. One White House insider said, "He's not trying to make peace. He's trying to make people beg." In a final twist, Trump made headlines again when he stated that if re-elected in 2028, he would consider formally withdrawing from NATO. European leaders were stunned. Ukrainian President Zelensky issued a statement saying, "We cannot afford a world where American leadership is optional." Behind the scenes, Chinese negotiators began contacting European trade ministers. Japan quietly signed new bilateral protocols with Germany. The world was moving and not toward Washington. Back in the U.S., conservative donors began to pull back funding from political PACs that had supported Musk-related initiatives. One high-profile donor told Axios, "Elon was a comet, bright, fast, chaotic, and gone." In Silicon Valley, former Musk allies at OpenAI, Google DeepMind, and Meta distanced themselves publicly. Venture capitalists who once chased Musk's shadow began shifting their focus toward decentralized AI projects and biotech. Even SpaceX wasn't immune. A report from NASA's Inspector General raised concerns over contract compliance, citing delays and communication breakdowns. The Pentagon began reviewing alternative vendors for satellite deployment. For the first time in years, the question wasn't what Elon Musk would do next, but what the world would do without him. So the question becomes, will Elon Musk return to Trump's inner circle? Will Tesla survive the storm? Will Europe and Canada truly decouple from U.S. economic power? Stay with us, because what comes next may change the world as we know it.
Subscribe and like, please. Bye bye.